Hey y'all, happy Friday. So I will mention again that we have the Nancy Joe Ministries meeting coming up on January 25th. I do hope you'll join us for that. There'll be live praise and worship. I'll bring the word that day. It starts at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning. We'll be over somewhere around 12, probably a little bit before. It's in Dunn and it's a free event. All of that information is right on the homepage as soon as you go to nancyjoe.org or nancyjoeministries.com. You just go there and you can see the information, map, and RSVP for attending, not because there's a charge, but just because we need seating head count. So please pray about coming, think about coming. I would love to see you there. And that's coming up fast. So it'll be a great time. We're moving on today, laying the groundwork for getting into Psalm 1, and that light and dark don't mix, and that there are two choices, and Psalm 1 is talking about two different groups of people. And so looking at the life of the blessed one, and those talking about good consequences to our actions or bad consequences to our actions, why then, if this is so great, and if there's a right way, and there's a wrong way, and there's a good way, and there's evil way, if there is a good way and there's a right way, and you can live a blessed life, why doesn't everyone choose that road? Why does everyone not? Why would you not choose to live the blessed life? And that's a pretty simple answer to that question, and that's because our flesh doesn't like to be told no. Everyone doesn't do it because not everyone wants to put the work into it. And I thought about this. Of course, we're into a new year, and everybody's got New Year's revolutions. I say that every time. New Year's resolutions, and so many resolutions begin with, being healthier, exercising, going on a diet, losing weight, which are all great things. But, the running joke is how many people actually stick to those resolutions. I'm trying to see what I wrote down in my notes here. But so many times people fail or feel like they failed because they just can't keep it up. Well, why can't we keep it up? Because we don't feel like it. I don't feel like going to the gym. I remember, David he wasn't very old. That's my youngest son. And my husband and I would put them to bed at night. At the time we lived with my mom because my dad had just passed and all that kind of stuff. And so when the boys would go to bed, then he and I would go to town to go to the gym. It was very, very late. And, we did it for months, but then the boys started going to bed later and we were just tired. We just stopped because our bodies didn't want to go. And, why do we eat? Why do we make bad choices of food to eat? Because that's what our body wants. It's telling us that we want. And so we don't like to be, our flesh, what we feel like we want, doesn't like to be told no. And that, in the simplest nutshell, is why everybody doesn't choose to live like the blessed one in Psalm 1, because our flesh doesn't like to be told no. In Luke 9, verse 23, this is Jesus talking. And he said, if any person wills or wants to come after me, let him deny himself. Amplified says, disown himself, forget himself, lose sight of himself and his own interest, refuse and give up himself, take up his cross daily and follow me. Cleave steadfastly to me, conform wholly to my example. That's what Jesus said. If you want to follow me, then you got to forget yourself. You have got to deny yourself. And that is truly choice in the very real sense of the word. And we've talked about this with David in Psalm 103 when he says, bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me, bless his holy name. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not one of his benefits. David was encouraging himself in the Lord, and he was saying, soul, David, bless the Lord. I will bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me. When we And we determine that our bodies and our emotions do not get to tell us what to do. When we determine to take charge, when we make a decision, okay, when I choose to get up and that I'm going to follow these things to eat, or that I'm going to exercise this number, that I'm going to do it today, that we purposefully make the decision that we are not subject to the flesh. And then Luke 14, let's go there. We'll try to shore this up. Luke 14:27. Whoever does not persevere and carry his own cross and come after or follow me cannot be my disciple. So when we don't deny ourselves, when we don't choose to follow him, we can't be his disciple. For which of you, wishing to build a farm building, does not first sit down and calculate the cost to see whether he has sufficient means to finish it? Otherwise, when he has laid the foundation and is unable to complete the building, all who see it will begin to mock and jeer, saying, "This man began to build what was not able or worth to finish." Or what king, going out to engage in conflict with another king, will not first sit down and consider and take counsel whether he is able with 10,000 men to meet who comes against him with 20,000? And if he cannot do so, when the king is still a great way off, he sends an envoy and asks the terms of peace. So then, any of you who does not forsake, renounce, surrender, claim to, give up, and say goodbye to all that he has cannot be my disciple. Salt is good, an excellent thing, but if it has lost its strength and become saltless, how shall its saltness be restored? This again is from Luke 14:27. So following him is the most important thing. Continuing to make that choice daily is the most important thing. And one thing, in talking about resolutions and New Year, can we kind of narrow our focus down into not just a new year, not a new month, not a new week, but new day? That we would maximize our thoughts toward the day. That I might not be able to see 3 months down the road that I'm still doing this, but today I am making fresh choices to follow him. I'm making new choices, clean slate, that today I'm choosing the life of the blessed one. I can make the decisions today. And if we'll do that every day, not looking ahead, because we've even from our Christmas discussion that he has already made provision where we need provision. So I'm not going to be concerned with 3 months down the road or even a month down the road what my decisions look like. I'm going to focus on right now, today. I'm going to choose to follow him. I'm going to choose to seek his kingdom first. I'm going to recognize that there is right and wrong and that my decisions do matter. And I'm going to take care of today. I'm going to choose him today. And if we'll get up every morning and say, I'm going to choose him today, in 3 months, we'll look back and say, look what God has done. So I will see you all tomorrow, probably about 8:30 for our live video. Bye, y'all. Oh, why didn't it stop? Sorry.